Georgia Hurd says that poetry, like bread, is for everyone. And poetry is a great way to level the playing field. Kids love it. They delight in the sounds of poetry. Poetry appeals to our ears, our eyes, our imagination, our very souls.
I think teachers are afraid of poetry because they don't have the experience themselves of enjoying it. It might be something that they're afraid to write because they feel as though they can't write it. They don't enjoy it because of maybe the way it was taught to them in school. So I think once teachers get familiar with poetry and start trying some things out for themselves, they'll get more comfortable with it. And they'll see that, like Lynne said, it can be for everybody. That even their struggling kids can be successful with it if we provide the right scaffolds for them.
The joy of poetry, too, is it's relatively short text. So kids can read and reread and read again, and that's what close reading is all about. So every time we read a poem, just like when we reread a book or we see a movie a second or third time, we start to pick up more things and we notice more. And that's really what poetry is all about. Poets just take the very ordinary and they find the extraordinary. And that's the essence of good writing.
One of the things that we tried to do in the book is to give teachers a few different formats for poems.
We take 5 poems for each chapter and we showed teachers how they can use these poems in reading workshop and in writing workshop. But throughout the book we mention over and over again that poetry is really across the day. And we show them how we use poems in science class or in social studies and even with math. Poetry for 2 voices is great for that, as well as persona poetry. You can become the isosceles triangle. You can become Abraham Lincoln or Martin Luther King Jr. and speak in his voice.
The one thing that we hope teachers will take away from the book is that poetry is enjoyable, that it is something that is doable, manageable, that kids will like when it's presented in the right way, and it's for everyone.